Not only are people struggling every single day to make ends meet, but they're struggling every day to save money. Hi everybody, my name is Sarah. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you don't know me, I'm the owner of FrozenPennies.com. I'm a financial coach, and as a family, we are debt-free. Not only is it a struggle to make ends meet, it's a struggle to save. So today I'm going to share with you 5 ways that we are struggling as a society to save money and exactly what we can do about it. Societal pressure and consumerism. We are in a consumer economy. Every place we turn, somebody is trying to sell us something, whether it be an ad on Facebook or a sale going on in our email. Everybody is on Facebook showing off the newest thing that they purchased. The pressure to keep up with material possessions and lifestyle choices made by others, or keep up with the Joneses, is at an all-time high and is leading to unnecessary spending and debt accumulation. So what can we do about this? One tip is to get off social media. I know my friend Becky is never on Facebook. She has a Facebook account only because she likes to sell stuff on Marketplace, but she is never on Facebook. Try doing a little bit of a 30-day social media cleanse to see how it makes you feel. And also, remind yourself when you do see an ad that you don't need it, that it is just a ploy to get you to purchase something to keep you in debt. Number 2, inflation and rising costs. We see it every day. Inflation is on the rise. Frozen broccoli is up 17%, milk is up 4%, used cars are astronomical. Inflation and the price of everything is going up. It's a challenge to maintain your standard of living. So what can we do about it? We need to decrease the amount of money that we're spending. It's time to take a hard look at your finances and the amount of money that you are spending and find ways to decrease this. It may mean something drastic like selling your house. It may be cutting your children's activities down to 1 sport per season, or going out to dinner twice a month instead of twice a week. Even things like checking on your subscriptions, your Netflixes, and every little bit is going to help. If you can cut those back a little bit, it's going to help with the amount of money that you still have in your checking account. Or it's going to help with making up the difference between the increase in bread prices. Credit card dependency is a strong, hard truth as to why you're struggling to save money. You are living above your means. I have a great video on living above your means. I'm going to leave a link above in the iCard as well as a link down below in the description. If you are relying too heavily on credit cards, it's a vicious cycle that you get into. You can't stop. So you're paying hundreds of dollars each month for that minimum payment on that credit card, and you can't afford groceries for that month. So you put the groceries on the credit card, and then you have to pay hundreds of dollars on that minimum payment each month. The terrible vicious cycle happens because you keep backpedaling and you can't seem to get caught up. Well, what can we do about that? We have to go cold turkey on this. We have to put the credit cards aside, out of our wallet, and eat from our pantry for a month, 2 weeks. Go on a spending freeze where you don't spend a single cent unless you absolutely have to. Make it a game with yourself. Make it a game with your family to see if you can get yourself caught up. Communicate with your partner, spouse, and family that these are the financial goals that you have, and everybody gets to take part. A terrible mistake in our society today is lack of retirement savings. It is so important with the state of our economy to plan for your future. As an old lady, I know that I'm not going to be able to make YouTube videos any longer. I'm going to need to start now to save for my future because I won't have YouTube ad revenue to pay for my book addiction, for example. The time is now to start saving for your future if you haven't already done so. And to piggyback off that, the future is uncertain. We don't know if the government is going to take care of us in our old age with Social Security. I know there's a little bit of conspiracy theory floating around about whether or not Social Security is still going to be around in 20, 30, 40 years. However, it's never a good idea to rely on somebody else to take care of you in your old age. It's always best to prepare and plan for that now instead of later. A couple ways we can combat these hard truths that I'm talking about today. One of them is financial education, which is kind of what we're doing right here, right now, right? We're watching YouTube videos, we're talking about it, we're having an open conversation about your futures and your money today. Also consider reading books, watching documentaries, talking to other people who are killing it in this area. Share experiences, open up about money. Next, be mindful. Be mindful of where you're spending and be mindful of the trap of consumerism. Be aware that people are trying to get you to spend money. And if you are going to spend money, make sure it adds value to your life. If you're going to spend money, make sure it's something that you value. Say you're renting an Airbnb at the beach for a week. That's going to add value to your life if that's what matters most. I'm telling you, Facebook and Instagram has me dialed in as far as ads go. I have 2 grandchildren. One is 4 and one is 1. And they're grabbing me with those headlines. Grandmas everywhere are buying these things for their grandchildren. Holy cow, does that grab my attention? Because an educational toy for my grandchildren is really going to suck me in. Also, consider affordable housing and health care. I touched on this a little bit when it comes to the amount of money you're paying for your mortgage. There are other alternatives for housing that might be a little bit cheaper. If your income is low, check with your state to see if they can help with rent. Also, healthcare. There are some really fantastic programs out there that I talk about in another video. I'm going to leave a link above and below on that, on 5 ways that I save money every day. Alternative prescription programs that don't cost you anything to join will really help you many times, not always, will help you reduce the cost of your prescriptions. Many employers also have retirement planning incentives. My husband's company, for example, did a 401k match. Those are becoming more rare today, but check into them. If you have an employer that offers them, take full advantage. Consider things like wage growth. If you are not making enough money to make ends meet, you might have to make more money. This is kind of a tough spot to be in. If you're 65 years old and you're retired or you have a disability, it makes it a little bit more difficult to do things like this. But if you have a talent that you can make something and sell it, or create something, or cook for somebody else, maybe there's a neighbor like me who doesn't like to cook and you offer to make them dinner 4 times a week in exchange for a little bit of payment, it might be a great option to make a little bit more money. If you want to get yourself into a better financial situation, it's essential to address these issues that we're facing today in our society in order to save money and prepare yourself for the future. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I truly appreciate you, and have a great day.